All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to talk about this hidden layer of communication, a world of signals that, honestly, most people never even notice. It's this really fascinating idea, and, well, you might just see a bit of yourself in this.
You know that feeling, right? You're in a group, everyone's talking, but you're picking up on something else, the real conversation. It's like you're getting subtitles for the unspoken dialogue that's happening just beneath the surface. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, then stick with me. This is for you.
So where does this feeling even come from? Well, it's not random. For a lot of people, it's a skill they didn't even know they were building. And it didn't come from being the life of the party or the center of attention. It came from the exact opposite. From being an observer on the sidelines, just watching it all play out.
And that's the thing. That experience, it's almost like it becomes this unintentional training ground, a superpower origin story, if you will. When you spend that much time watching, you're not just passing time. You're learning a whole new language that most people don't even know exists. You're basically getting a masterclass in human nature, in its most unfiltered form.
You know, there's actually a name for this. Psychologists call it hyper-awareness. And look, this is way more than just being a good listener. It's a genuine heightened sensitivity. It's like you're processing all this tiny, almost invisible data that's floating around in every single conversation.
Okay, so let's get specific. What are these hidden signals we're talking about? What is it that you're actually noticing that flies right over most people's heads? Let's break it down.
It really comes down to these tiny, tiny details. Like, you can hear that slight hesitation in someone's voice that just gives away their uncertainty, even if their words sound super confident. Or you feel the weight of a pause that hangs in the air just a little too long. You're the one who notices the total mismatch when someone says, "Oh yeah, I'm fine," but their body language is just screaming the opposite. That's the stuff. That's the data you're constantly and probably automatically decoding.
So this all leads to a really big question. Because if this is you, you've probably felt kind of alone in it, right? Like you're the only one tuned into this weird frequency. So let me ask you, just how common do you think this ability really is?
The answer? Just 3%. Seriously, that's it. Some research in social psychology points to this number, that only about 3 people in every 100 are naturally wired to consistently pick up on these hidden social cues.
And this chart, it really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? That little tiny slice, that's the 3%. Those are the people who are operating with this deep level of social perception. And the other 97%? Well, they're hearing the words, sure, but they're completely missing the music.
So listen, here's what this all means. If any of this is resonating with you, you are not just overthinking things. You're not being too sensitive. What you have is it's a validated, and it's an incredibly rare skill. You're literally part of a tiny club with a pretty amazing perceptual gift.
Okay, so we've established this is a rare thing. But now what? What do you do with it? Because, knowing you have this ability is one thing, but learning to see it as a strength, that's where the real power is. So let's reframe this whole experience. So often, this can feel like a huge burden, right? On the left, you see the usual suspects, constant overthinking, maybe some social anxiety, and just feeling different from everyone else. But now, look at the right side. Let's flip the script. What if overthinking is actually deep social intuition? And what if that social anxiety comes from a place of heightened empathy? You're feeling what others are feeling, but on a whole other level. And that feeling of being different? Well, that's just a hallmark of having a rare and truly valuable strength.
At the end of the day, this isn't just about spotting inconsistencies or calling people out. It's a tool for creating genuine, deep connections. This hyper-awareness you have, it lets you see what people really need, sometimes before they even know it themselves. It lets you offer support when no one else sees it's needed, and it lets you build relationships on a level of authentic understanding that, frankly, most people just never get to experience. So here's the takeaway. You see the world differently. You are operating on a perceptual level that is incredibly rare. This has never been a flaw. It's your advantage. It's your superpower. Your perception is your power. So the only real question left is, what are you going to do with it?